So guys, just wrapping up a 12-hour workday, and I was going to end the day without posting content. And then I told myself, am I really playing a game? Am I really playing a game if I'm not going to clock out with content posted and making sure that we get a post out? So we're recording a video, and today I wanted to talk about why most programs don't work. You know, I know a lot of you guys are in programs. You might be in a coaching program right now, and there might just be a lot of things that you paid for that you're not really seeing a return on. So when I broke this down, I was actually with a call with a client or a potential client, and he's looking to get started with our program, and he said, Caleb, like I tried 3 to 4 to 5 different outbound programs, right, and none of them all worked. And I asked him, I reflected the question back to him. I said, well, why do you think that is? Why do you think that 3 or 4 programs that you've gone through hasn't worked for you for outbound prospecting? And we both came to agreement that it's not outbound prospecting that doesn't work, because we've seen it work, and it works in our company, and it works in a lot of companies, and it works in every company as long as they utilize it the right way. And so the question was, why don't you think it's working? And we came to find out that he didn't need this entire program, okay? Truthfully, like he didn't need the entire program. He just wanted personalized support in certain areas that he knew if he could make the switch, that would pay and cover for the program. That makes sense of the program. And so I realized that every program, it's so important to find the specific needs of the customer, of the client, to make sure that that need is met. And that's how, it's just certain breakthroughs, right? It's usually like, if you're at like 10 to 20K or at 30K or at 50K or 100K and you're trying to get to that next mark, it's usually just one thing that you have to just solve, and so majority of the businesses that are sub 100K a month, it's going to come down to appointments, right? It's going to come down to appointments and come down to closing. And I tell everybody that I talk to, but usually there's something in it, whether it be mindset or, I had another client of ours that was just so focused on fulfillment and marketing. And if you're watching this video, you know who you are. We took hours upon hours to provide support, to provide different insights, and just to talk it out, right? Because sometimes people just need to rehear the things that we tell them already as a coach, right? Or as a program, and we tell them, this is the area of focus, but it's the persistence, it's the repetition that matters, that finally they're like, oh, wow, 1 month into the program, Caleb, it makes sense now. It finally makes sense. I can finally make sense of why sales is so important and why appointments are so important. And just by making that shift, of like, okay, fulfillment we'll take care of, but sales and marketing priority. And every single day, if they can just have that one shift, if anybody can just have that one shift, it makes all the difference. And it's like, that is what makes the program work, is once they make that shift, they finally understand, wow, it's sales and marketing. And they finally put their efforts every single day into the right things instead of focusing on things that don't drive the needle. And you'll find yourself, when you don't focus on the things that drive the needle forward, you have an empty calendar. You might even be getting good results, but you're just like, wow, like I have no money in the account, right? And revenue is not coming in, even though clients are seeing good results. It's like, that's a lack of prioritizing things, sales and appointments, and focusing on things that matter. But priority at the end of the day is to book more appointments, right? Because if you don't have that down, you can't serve your clients. You serve your clients by getting more appointments. You serve your clients by getting more clients, so they have a big enough sample size, and I've said this in different videos, you have a big enough sample size to then be able to get better results for your clients. And so the conclusion of this video is that if a coaching program is not working, usually it comes down to you not addressing the number one thing that you need to solve, right? What's the number one thing? So if you are a part of a program right now, I want you to ask yourself, what is the number one thing that's holding me back from succeeding with this program? And just put all of your time and energy into that. All of your time and energy. Use all the resources that you have within that program to make sure that you solve your one problem. And you should go into a problem knowing what your problem is, what's the number one bottleneck, and go in and solve that. That's why we invest. That's why we develop relationships, right? To solve problems. And so if you're not solving problems and you're not solving the right problems, then you're spending a lot of time and energy in not the best area. So that's the conclusion. Find out what the problem is, why you're not succeeding with a program. Identify the number one problem. Identify the number one thing that if you solve, right, here's the best productivity hack that I can tell anybody. I got from a book from Brian Tracy. What was the number one thing that if I did, and I did it better than anybody else, what's that number one thing that would make all the difference? What's the number one thing that if you solved, above all else, if you just solved this one problem, that everything else would figure itself out? Is it fulfillment? Is it marketing? Is it sales? I'll let you guys answer that question because you probably already know what my answer is going to be to that. And I will end off the video here. That's my video for today. Content. Push out content, guys. Don't give up. 12-hour days. You push until you figure out solutions for problems and you make a bigger impact. I'll see you guys later. Peace.